Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Hey. J. Coleman, aka Chief Fireheart, back at my pen. Forgive me, y'all. I'm used to saying it. I'm trying to get rid of that for the elders' sake. And y'all too. Well, peace and blessings, y'all, to my indigenous Aboriginal family. J. Coleman up in the house, Chief Fireheart. So, I've been seeing a lot of this stuff. They're trying to recirculate this forgiving idea again. We got to get away from that. And when I say forgiving, is that we have forgave everybody. We done showed it in our actions and everything. We have forgave every race of people that continue to fuck us over, that continue to show us that forgive us and keep forgiving us as we still disrespect you or harm you or kill you or show injustice to you or racism towards you. We keep forgiving all the people that continue to do these things to us, but we can't even forgive one of our own people. Or some of our own people we can't even forgive, and I'm going to use forgiveness. One thing about me, and I tell people that I'll never have that order that people trying to create the same thing as a nation, the same thing as, people trying to rule something, real be exposed when it's happening. So I believe, or I follow all success points of all of our people shit, or any melanated people shit that's positive to the laws of nature, et cetera, et cetera. Now, I know we all know what we're talking about when I'm talking about all this forgiving and all this stuff. We have to stop trying to forgive. We got to let people know that we don't forgive now. We got to let them know we don't forgive, we didn't forget, so on and so forth. Fuck what the next motherfucker talking about, it's old, whatever. That's just a hidden racist motherfucker that just feeling guilty about you exposing that shit that still affect us today. So what's the use of forgiving? Forgiving right now, and that's no disrespect to your religious order, because the religious order is not proving the fact that forgiving a person is not doing that. We've been forgiving ever since they came to our fucking lands, and all melanated lands. Let alone they done taught other races to hell hate us or want us to forgive them for doing shit to our people, Asians, Arabs, Mexicans, and this is not a rant for racism. The fact is that we forgive everybody else for all the fucked up shit they do to us, but we can't forgive each other for petty ass shit. We wouldn't forgive each other for having different ideologies. That's so crazy about it. Even though I may not may agree with a lot of brothers' ideology, I still have the knowledge and understanding and the wisdom to be able to work with them, and we all come into a common cause. Simple as that. If you can't work with people that have different ideologies such as our own, we not suitable to even be trying to talk about unity, even though we unify amongst ourselves when we already have done this. We already have done these individual groups that we got, Nation Islam, Pan-African movement, pro-black, RBG, all these different movements, Hebrew Israelites, all these movements we got, they're all movements, but guess what? We all separate. It's all separate. That's why it's kind of like lightly beneficial when it comes to Marcus Garvey movement, because he didn't care about your ideology. He didn't care about your doctrine of belief. He's like, look, this is what we need as a people, and this is what it is. And he came and put that in perspective, that black people can work hand in hand. We got to get away from the fact, we can't work with these, we can't work with. I know we distrust each other a lot, but at the same time, we have to start forgiving ourselves, even in the time of us saying that we can't be trusted in each other. We have to start forgiving in a way, hoping we find lots and lots and lots of brothers and sisters that's on loyalty levels that when we forgive, so we can start building our trust factor again. That the callings that came in between us and disrupted our trust factor as a people. And we still, it's crazy how the European men have done all this stuff all around the world to every other race. Nigga, come on now. What kind of shit, what kind of magic he got going on where he can, the Mexicans and say out so forth, they envy us to the point where I hate niggas shit that do this shit. And this old religious formality of forgiveness has not proven it's effective. Out of all these years, they have taught us to forgive our slave master, pray for your enemy, and do all these things that we've been doing. do it better than anybody, but guess what? We can't get them to stop proving to us you don't give a fuck about us, you hate us and stuff like that. So what's the reason for me to forgive you when it's in your culture or in your crooked, tore up, devilish mind that you would never, ever, 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 ever like black people or any people that ain't of your white color? So why should we forgive? We forgiven for no reason at all. We forgiven just to be spit at. We forgiven just to get attention and get on this TV and let police kill our kids and kill our mamas, our daddies and shit. And then we had a nerve to get on TV and still we the only race that do that. And get on TV and say they forgive. We keep forgiving for all the wrong reasons. Let me put this in perspective. When it's time to forgive, you're supposed to forgive in a situation where a person or a people or a thing or whatever is no longer doing those things or never have done it no more, haven't even set up institutions that will put you in a position where you will still be getting fucked over by them and so on and so forth. So what's the purpose of forgiving? You're supposed to forgive for natural things. You're supposed to forgive for a mistake. You don't forgive for decades and decades and decades and decades of motherfucking purposely action and injustice and physical, all that shit. Shit, I ain't finna get into that. We shouldn't be forgiving. We should get on this motherfucking show. We don't care. We don't care about y'all 2 cents trying to tell us to forget about slavery's old. We don't care about how y'all feel about us letting it be known, because this is what we always bringing up y'all fucking today guilt that ain't no past shit. All you crackers, ain't no such thing as it's still old when it's still just as effective and powerful as today. Ain't no such thing as forgive. Tell them Jews to forgive. Tell the motherfucking government who knocked down his own goddamn towers to forgive 9/11. Tell the motherfuckers to forgive all the other shit. Them fake ass natives on them reservations may forgive your ass, but brothers on the street such as ourselves, independently, openly minded, understanding, knowing your knowledge of yourself, brothers, ain't forgiving. We ain't playing no system of order or how to fit in the crackers fucking environment. I see a lot of brothers organized and they fitting with the crackers order, but guess what? Ain't shit changing. Ain't nothing happening. See, the thing is that we are the agitators. We are the ones that's here to really destroy this world, destroy this system. Not the world as a whole, but this unjust system that's unjust against our people, our children, our family, our ancestors, as well as anybody with the same skin color. How are we going to continue to keep forgiving white supremacy when white supremacy works for the Chinese, it works for the Arabs, it works for the Hindus, it works for everybody else? Because he taught all the motherfuckers white supremacy. But the nigga that did all the work, the children of slaves, children of heroes and prophets and kings and queens that created so much things, that created the inventions, that created the best thing, that made everything great, far as a white man's perspective of what America is. Because without the black man getting involved in the European bullshit, America never would have been what they would consider great. But when we say great, people got to know what they mean. They mean we want to make America like the 1950s, somewhere around that era. That's what they mean by great. But yet, brothers still say, forgive them. Let's do it. We can't forgive our own people. We can't forgive Camilla Harris. We can't forgive none of them motherfuckers. We can't forgive none of our coons. We can't forgive them. Because when we can't forgive them until they show us action that they have no longer done that, and not just stop at one time and then we say, yeah, we cool, because they always got ways to manipulate black people. I mean, us Aboriginal, I'm gonna use black people. I'm getting tired of it. I'm gonna use black people because people know what it means. I mean, this is what we can, a lot of brothers and sisters can identify with. But we have to confront and not forgive nothing. We can't forgive the coon ass seller. I can't forgive Floyd Mayweather for the way he said it, what he said. I half-ass can't even forgive Smokey Robinson for saying the shit he said. Motherfuckers got to be held accountable, straight up. That's our problem. We don't hold our people accountable. We hold and each other's shit, try to pick apart each other's shit, and all this old type of shit right in front of these crackers. And then we open up doors for these crackers to learn how to defeat us because we fight with each other so much. In fighting, we show what crackers and all these other racist ways of how to get over on us because we exposing it to us. Same way with the black women. You telling all the simple ass shit that you mad about black men, but at the same time, it's simple shit by nature that you're supposed to do. And the white bitches be saying, oh, well, that's all. That's what they supposed to do. And then these bitches come in with this simple ass shit. Now you got niggas running around with these, but the right shit. We ain't holding nothing accountable. Motherfuckers ain't even following the principalities of having Mayweather can go on and do the shit he do because niggas ain't smashing on him enough. Real talk. Niggas say what they want. Nigga, all this old fake ass shit, people want to keep trying to work with these goddamn demons that don't want to work with you. They want to surround themselves by the enemies that don't even give a damn about your well-being. Because they got some money, it's cool to be around them. Come on, man. Come on. Now, this is our problem. We let a motherfucker do all the negative and stupidest shit, but they got paid, though. That's all we say. Yes, we need money, but we don't need money on that level where motherfuckers want to run in there and spend $50,000 on Gucci right after Gucci just called you a motherfucking golly. Basically what it is, it's a golly. Blackface golly. That's basically what they did, and then try to sell this shit off like it's a fucking clothes style. That's our problem. That's our problem. We don't hold nothing accountable. I appreciate and I love and see what the brothers doing when it comes to them standing up for the cause of addressing that issue stuff. I was saying that if we ain't gonna get in suit with what need to be doing, the ancestors gonna force these crackers on us harder and harder to force us to do the job that we have to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can look at little different things that's been going on for these past 7 to 10 years, how shit transpiring, forcing niggas. The crackers getting worse and worse, exposing themselves to the world. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with a lot of stuff that a lot of brothers from the Pan-African pro movement been pointing out. Because despite me saying that I'm not African, don't mean that we should have not acknowledged the information that's reality that these brothers speak. I don't deny that. I just get to the point where I don't accept we all African thing. I know the knowledge of the African diaspora. We know that. You know what I'm saying? And we can't say that's wrong, this wrong, this wrong. All that shit is all similar to the same. We'll be here for another 20 years, another half a decade, fighting to try to prove who we are and who is right and who is wrong. When we all should just say, you know what I'm saying? We can all have all these institutions living amongst us as one. I know. I said Pan-Africanism gotta die, but it ain't just the Pan-Africanism that gotta die. The ideology of the slave trade always exposed about it and so on and so forth, how certain parts of Africa hijacked a lot of things and so on and so forth. But we know where that come from. All that stuff shouldn't be. We should have certain channels, you know what I'm saying, that's dealing with that. We should have an economical channel, with Aboriginal brothers and sisters. I know we got some, but I think all those networks is all doing it individually should come together at a meeting. You know what I'm saying? Like we do in the community here when we want to do something, come together and function separately as an individual organization within our community spread out of America. But when it comes down to a major move, we all come together and agree upon. This is the thing kind of similar how the UNIA did that shit. You know what I'm saying? But people say, well, we ain't going to use that. We ain't going to get here and talk about the imperfects, the imperfections of all of our leaders because they're one of them perfect, just as none of us know they're not perfect. So we have to take the bitter with the sweet. We have to take the success points from Marcus Garvey, the success points that's from the Nation of Islam, the success points from Noble Drew Ali, the success points from the Moors, the success points from the Hebrew Israel, the success points, the points that can put us in a unified level with similar areas where we say, hey, I'll work with that. They say, I'll work with that, or I'll work with that, I'll work with that. And everybody work in that. But the rules have to be that we're not going to have no more infighting amongst each other about, oh, Islam is the truth. Christianity is the truth. I mean, this is what we want, but yet we still is being confronted by what I would call intellectually stupid trolls, meaning they feel they got PhDs and all that, and they round white folks and all that. They think that's a credential of us to accept your your falsehood that you learn from these crackers, such as ourselves in our time. But at the same time, we can't say we won't learn nothing from these white folks, because we will. We have learned a lot. If anybody know anything about these white folks, we do here in America, because we've been in a comfortable position to observe them, along with suffering up under they oppression. We know these motherfuckers better than anybody, and the only thing that's going to beat these crackers, regardless of the pan-African or pro-black, whatever y'all want to call it, we have to get this money on point. If a nigga gotta go work and work for a motherfucking cracker for 1 year to stack his money to start his own business, do it. Don't listen to these niggas telling you don't go work for the cracker. Majority of us don't have, majority of these people don't have money to be able to just say, fuck that cracker, I ain't finna do nothing. What you gonna do? Live up under your girl, live up all that shit. See, that's what we can't say that. You know what I'm saying? That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? And in the Pan-African movement, I kind of like lightweight accepted that false ideology that was so destructive, and that and behind other doors, I was telling brothers, I said, man, you know, that as far as the knowledge, cool, but you brother, I got to take care of mine. And I've been using it, and I didn't use these steps to get ahead, because we keep forgiving. I'm gonna bring this back. We forgiven the people who don't like you. When they don't like you, the word forgiveness don't even exist. But we trying to make forgiveness, show them like, look, see, we forgive you. Now follow us. See, we forgive you for killing my daughter, the 9-year-old daughter, because you thought her sucker was a gun, or his little squirt gun was a gun. He killed the little 12-year-old boy. We forgive you. I mean, these are hard forms of forgiveness that we have managed to forgive the beasts who've been doing this to our generations, our people for generations. We got the strength to forgive that. Wow, that's deep. That's deep. I look at them and say, damn, how do we? I said, man, I much as I'm disgusted with it, I am appalled by it. I am more like it's kind of like, I'm like, damn, look at that strong power we use to forgive, but yet we using our power wrong. It's like with all the brothers playing basketball and football and stuff like that, and all of us doing they got us using all of our what you would call metaphysical powers. They got us using our powers for sports. They got us using our powers for play. They got us using our powers for jokes. They got us using our power for material possessions, but we're not using our powers for ourselves. That's part of the problem. I mean, I know it's brothers say, you know, people always say, well, we got brothers over here doing it, and here, you know, I looked up Atlanta, and there's no discredit to Atlanta. See, Atlanta is so bougie. That's why I didn't move there when I left Florida during Hurricane Katrina, and I went on up to Detroit. I took a witness Atlanta. I was there, and the thing is that everybody's still for self. Yeah, you may have a black business, but this black business does not incorporate to see, we make a black businesses. We make black businesses, and we leave just that one business. We don't franchise our businesses. See, I'm dealing with this. See, right now I got a contract with Sierra Wellness where I do distribution and everything like that, and I work within the facility too. So and I know all the facilities. That's why I got to wear hats and stuff. And when I'm delivering certain shit, I get all the paraphernalia from all the shit I deliver to them, and so on and so forth. And I get paid to my company for that. And then when it's time for a certain time, like I'm a hostess, like people come and they want to talk about CBD and then cannabinoids and so on and so forth, I'm there for that. But it's a form of medicine though. But anyway, we need to incorporate our shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got a shop that been in the business 5 years, you should look for another place to put another one. You know what I'm saying? Another city or another state to go put up another one and keep continuing that process. This is what I've been being told by not too many brothers, but most of these crackers that's so-called well-meaning. I take the information from them. And I say, yeah, cool. And I put my motherfucking stamp on that shit and do my own. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got to do. But people say, well, how do you forgive and you be around them? See, you got these lame ass people that believe that, oh, that's because racism here. I'm going to flex it 150% to the person that's controlling 100% of the government or 100% of America. No, I don't give a fuck who you is. You're going to work some kind of fashion with these crackers, whether you know it or not. So find the best one you can work. You know what I'm saying? On a business level. That's it. No other level. Business level. Yep, I go in here. I do it. Yep, here it is. Make sure I got all my shit. Bam, whoop this. I have lightweight conversations. I'll be cool with them. You know what I'm saying? I show them that I'm a different type of brother. I'm a business black man with intelligence and stuff like that. And we have to present ourselves more thoroughly to these Europeans. And I don't mean cooning and kissing their ass for shit, because that's what I see. Because when you kissing their ass, you forgave them. I don't forget. I go in there. They always tell me, hey, John, what you doing? Valentine of times a day I say, man, I don't celebrate no shit. I don't celebrate the pagan holidays. Oh, you religious? No, I don't celebrate no holidays. You know what I'm saying? I celebrate my ancestors. I good as possible. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean you perfect. All angels, people think that you got to be an angel to be a good person, or you don't have to. He don't cuss. She cuss too much. She's not good. That don't mean nothing, because all the motherfuckers that don't cuss is the ones that's fucking us all over. They got on suits, TD fakes, and all them. They all got on all the tire to fool a nigga. And that's how they do. We want to be entertained. You want to come on with the suit. You want to have the big environment, have the people singing. Yeah, that's what we want. We want to continue to be entertained with falsehood, because the truth is too blunt. They don't want to hear the truth. Truth is boring, man. You know what I'm saying? You too boring. That's the same way the crackers looked at it. When they got a hold of the truth, when shit was in harmony, it's like, man, this is boring to us, because, you know what I'm saying, we ain't really full natural anyway, so let's just twist it up to our own twisted ass, unnatural ass way. And that's how shit is fucked up today. You know what I'm saying? Basic logic. I don't have to get into all these documents and all that. Then the reality speaks for its fucking self. I mean, you know, my aunties and them, you know, they Christians and stuff, and they got all this forgiving shit, and you know, and you know, and I try my best not to be a debate or a hindrance or what they would call me. You know, my whole family all down south, the Bible Belt down there. I'm up in Cali, and West Coast, been here all my life mostly, and you know, they I mean, in the Bible Belt, there's too many motherfuckers entrenched into what the slave man. It was in more disgust to see the mentality. Everybody got the same spell on their face. Hey, how was Jesus treat? Hey, it's like a spell. I'm like, wow. I'm like, this shit is crazy. I heard you. I was a Muslim at this time. So, and when I told them all what I was Muslim and why I don't believe, after that, they all started treating me fucked up. They wouldn't even really fuck with me. Like, they was like I was crazy. I know Islam got this, it was false, you know, it's false in the way I'm no longer Muslim and all that. But at that time, you know what I'm saying, we're not supportive of each other's differences. I agree with that. And I have problems with that too. And I'm not sitting here trying to act like I'm perfect, and we all shouldn't be sitting here acting like we perfect. Because I see brothers that, even though they may be conscious, they still try to make it look like other people is lesser than them because you done read some books and you done got some info that they didn't have and got. How can you compare yourself to a person that don't even have the information you got? Now I can understand if y'all both got the same information and you doing the shit on the right way, and this person taking this information doing some shit against the cause, then you have more of a fight with a person when it comes to that. But I see brothers using that information. If you ain't this and that cool, but you do have to focus only on us. I'm talking about Americans, all the indigenous aboriginals and the Hebrew Israelites and African Americans that don't want to accept African American shit and don't know their true history. We know that that's their history. We know that this is their land. We know that. So we have to function on those levels as like, listen, in due time, they will find out. So when we unify and do this shit, all that information gonna start coming out anyway. You know what I'm saying? When we start saying, well, I got this picture, I got knowledge when I was young, like 19, from brothers that was just passing me off shit, passing me off book. Yeah, brother, you know what I'm saying? Since you with that, brother, you know what I'm saying? Hey, check this out. Go read this, brother, and tell me what you think. That's that. But at the same time, brother love, what's up? Yeah, Hebrew Israelite. I got Hebrew Israelite partners. I got all type of partners, and we work and we all use each other information. I run shit across all different brothers. And then I put that shit in perspective. That's why I took Pan off of Aboriginal, because I talk with the elders of different parts, different ideologies of the whole thing. And they all came up with the same thing. So I let them judge me, because I had a conflict. I wanted to take over Pan from Pan-African, and that's what I explained to them, and they said that wasn't a big enough purpose. So I was like, well, you know, two of them is one of them my uncle, and one of them is my great uncle. You know what I'm saying? But he's in California, he's in Sacramento. I'm in Nevada. I'm in Reno and Vegas. See, look at all this snow and shit, man. It's crazy. This shit was sunny a few days ago, then it rained for 2 days, and now we having these blizzards and cars flipping all over. I recorded it too on the way here. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting to pick up these orders now. But anyway, yeah, so you know, and along with the situation with this, we have to forgive our elders who didn't know better. See, a lot of people think, oh, he was a sellout because he did this. Remember, they didn't have internet. They didn't have that type of shit. And we always pointing out things about those old elders that was teaching what they was able to get at that time. And we got that information despite us having differences with that shit. And then we want to disrespect them. And then we want to see, that ain't even forgiving our own. Okay, they ain't forgiving our own. You think the stuff Malcolm X did and all of them did now, you think they know the stuff we know now? No, none of these people know the stuff we know. We are in a generation where we know more than our elders. But Our job is to take that elders information and expand it to the next level. Take it and say, okay, yeah, yeah, grandpa, yeah, that's right there. Yeah, I'm gonna take them, expound off of that. And then, grandpa, look what I found now. You told me about this, but look, they told you this, and this was wrong but here. But there are some elders don't want to let go of a falsehood. A lot of our elders don't want to let go of falsehood because they feel they're too old to try to re-understand. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we have to let the elders just get what we can get from them. You know what I'm saying? Because they're masters in that deception, even though it's the truth is in there too. So we have to understand that, you know, Dr. Clark, all them, we have to look at that. Bobby Hemming. Well, I'm not finna go take their main piece of work and point out some little small things that will, but what about all these other things? I'll just say, oh, you know what, the brother was wrong right there, but all this shit over here, oh yeah, now all the shit I researched and I found out real, we gonna work with that shit. That's what we gonna work with. We ain't gonna work with the discrepancies or his perfectness. We ain't gonna work with that. We too busy focusing on the imperfections of our leaders and our new black voices and our new sisters that's coming up, standing for the brothers. I see y'all out there. Keep doing that shit, sisters, because it seemed like that y'all kind of get more of understanding of what's going on, and a lot of brothers still is eager to kill each other and blow each other head off for a neighborhood they don't even fucking own. You know what I'm saying? Let alone control. You know, they want to tell you can't come in here, you can't come there. I'm from that era and I know all about it. And I tell them all the time when we have meetings, I let them know they clan members. They be like, man, but they're not gonna fuck with me because even though I come from this neighborhood and community, remember I was a boss at that time. So don't think because I'm conscious and I want to work with all my brothers and sisters, I'm trying my best not to be in conflict physically with my brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to bring that about. Don't think that brothers don't have the mentality to continue to be, but my energy is saved for the real fight, not I'm not gonna, we shouldn't be focusing on us. We already looked at as lesser than less. So when we fighting each other, we're not doing no justice. We're not doing no justice for ourselves. We're doing justice for them. They look at them. We gave them a book about some shit we wrote way back then, and they arguing over that shit when the other book over here was written over here say this shit. They sitting back watching this shit. You know what I'm saying? When they start seeing that, why is these Hebrew Israelites, Pan-Africans and pro-blacks and aboriginals, indigenous and all these other brothers and sisters working together and they all from different, why it's not splitting them? Oh shit. We don't have nothing else to use on them but Becky and the caveman. You know what I'm saying? So right now we have to focus on those things. The Becky and the caveman. We can't be forgiving these bitches. We can't forgive no people. We got to let them know we don't forgive them. And we got to let them know that we ain't going to forgive them until things change. Because that's the only way you can get these white folks to work for you. You don't forgive them. If you show them that, I like you, yeah, I want you to like me, whoop this, they treat you worse. But when you tell them, like, I know the history, whoop this, y'all stole this, you know what I'm saying? But long as respect with me is going to be, they're going to try to break their neck to prove to you that they better than they own. Let them do it. But all right, I'm finna get it right now. I'm finna go in and get it. Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. Jay Coleman, aka Fireheart. I'm out.